were born for this, as you are Spartans. Fly your flags high, give it your all. No fear, no regret to die. Battle for your crest. Fire burns are pumping from your chest. Second is not best. We are more than just man, for we are the Spartans.
Welcome back, Pro Spartan Gamer. Here I am trying to set up my Spartans Master League. Original lineup, as always. We don't do any different. We will be the SP Spartans, who are in here. There they are. There they are. We will be Premier League. We are going to be this guy. And we will be called Spartan. There we go. We will be from England. We will wear a black suit and look as cool as mustard. We're going to have that on fairly easy. We're going to have this on fairly large, or shall we go large and really spunk it out? Make it easier for ourselves to progress a bit. Don't know. That's going to go on top player, which will make it harder. That's going to go on pounds. Tempted by large. No, I think fairly large gives you a reasonable chance at the beginning. Don't want all this razzmatazz. Let's skip these cutscenes and get on with the real business of releasing the shit. Right, hopefully we have sorted it all. I do like the touches with the Spartans badge on the football and all that. That is a nice touch. And the badge on the back and everything. There are some nice touches, but not enough. So we'll probably have 28 million again. Let's just check. 23 million. Exactly the same, basically. I just want to check that all the teams are up to date. Yes, they are now. Because Villa didn't have Wesley on one I was doing earlier, and they have now. So that's all sorted. We now have everything set up as we want. Let's go in and release the shit. Let's release the rubbish. There's plenty of it in this side. Anything 60 and below, just release, is my opinion. Why can't we release it? I set that up like you can make any bid in this first window. That'd be a good signing. Blow the whole budget on one player. don't know why we can't release the shit. They're going on my team there. Is that where I got to go? Now that's where, that's where you see their records. I was trying to find out where you see their records and it's there. That's the only place I think you can see it in the negotiations window, which is a bit weird why it's in there. Most of these can go up for sale. So I'll go through this, put most of these up for sale, and then I'll be back to you who are going to have a look at buying, I suppose. It's the best thing to do. I mean, some of these will be released because they're just not worth it. I mean, just release it. Be paid from the transfer budget, yeah, and then you get some back in the salary. 35 grand is just worth getting rid of all of those. All of these that are under, you know, you release them for 70 and you get 34 back. It's a no-brainer, really. And it's just boosting your salary budget, maybe to help you get a freebie or upgrade a youth team player or something. It's just everybody like 61 and below just get shot, and then put all the rest up for sale. Jerry Rice, he always looks like he's had a hard night out. Jerry. This one used to be Matheson, this guy, Carlson. People probably say we should get rid of our class, but eventually none of the default retards will be at the club if we get into it deep enough, and that's what we like. That's the way we like to play it. You can go, Mayor, you are absolute dog. Shannon Tatum, remember a couple times when he played in the Spartan shirt. He's been released actually now. I think to make a shitty film somewhere probably. Redmond. Castledine, he played for a while, and he had him for a while playing. Harvey, yeah. Dresden, the old chestnuts, they're all there. 20 we're down to, and every one of them's up for sale. Yeah. Apart from Heatitch, he's probably the best player actually, Heatitch, to keep, to be fair. I don't know why we've still got Nicky Grenville. Up to $1 million now, just by selling. We've got 19 people in the squad, and everybody's up for sale. That's where you should be after 10 minutes on the Master League. Get rid of the dross, let them all know that they're all not good enough and you don't want any of them. Get the team morale right up, that does obviously. Go in there, put your balls on the table and say, look, you're all absolute shit. The sooner you get out the door and get sold, the better. And then they know exactly where they stand. And that's what we've done. We will then go and look at people who we're going to do. Don't know that we'll bring anybody up from the youth team. We don't tend to. I mean, there are some different names there this year, but I'd sooner go and get them from somewhere else. That left back's not too bad actually. If you're stuffed, he's got a couple good stats there. If you're stuffed and looking for someone to play at left back, and you can bring him up, he's not the worst player in the world to bring up early doors on a salary of 78. Just to cover the left back for the first six. In fact, I'm going to do it. They're going to bring him up. So we brought him up because left back's certainly not going to be a priority position in the first couple of windows. And that's probably what you got to think of. Right, Rennie Russo, is he any good? No, got nothing to bait you, Rennie. So think about if there's any positions you're not likely to sort of be buying early doors, and then see if there's anyone in here worth getting to just tide you over better than you've got in the retard squad. Because the retard squad ain't great. Set up your scouting networks, they will find some for you. Let's just do that before we leave you. Just have one on each, I usually do. So I have one on midfield. Probably put Europe. Things to focus on, still developing. Ignore the budget. I'd like to see some come through that are decent. The budget's so poor you probably wouldn't get anyone. Position, midfield. We've just done midfield. Defence. Tend to focus on Europe quite a lot. Just on Europe for the first. Couple. And again developing. And then we might go for a bit of flair from somewhere else for the forward line. Let's go South America, see if we can get some flair. Still developing. We might consider the budget on that one, I think. Well, we can ignore it actually. So that's what we're going to go for the scouts to begin with. All still developing. Why would you go? Well, you know, you can get some other things. I mean, let's just have a quick butchers at free transfers. See if there's any gems in there to get in. But it's all, the trouble is with free transfers, it's going to be all on that salary budget. There's quite a lot of free transfers, and there they all are from the crap that we've just released. They can't be any worse, surely. Some decent ones on there. We had Centurion last year, he was a good player. But again, it's going to blow all your transfer budget on any of those. So you're going to have to come down really low before you think of signing any of them. I mean, a goalie wouldn't have been a bad option if you could have got them cheap enough. But they are all gone on one player. And you're left with 20 odd mil in your transfer budget that you can't do nothing with. That is the quandary that we don't like. Gerson, he looks about a player, doesn't he? Now he does look like a good signing, good stats, only 22. What sort of money would he be? Can you get him cheaper? If you could get him for 400, you're starting to think about it here, aren't you? That release fee's on all of them, which is annoying, but it's quite a high release fee. Rubbed him up the wrong way. We're going to put in a bid for him because if we can get that lower, if we can get him for like 350, that is a really good signing. Gerson, he's got a proper face as well, plays everywhere across the front. Look at that, left footed, which is a nice touch, and he's not the fastest, but I think he's going to develop. He's got lots of skills. Good signing. Get someone like that in early doors would really be a good signing. What about Victor Hugo? You know, you've got to look at some of these frees to get you off and running. Especially if they've got, if you can see like a development opportunity. That's what I think. Oh, he's a tank, isn't he? He's going to be hung like a donkey. Big boy all round. Balls like watermelons, I expect. Look at the size of him. I wonder what he wants. I wouldn't mind getting him in. He's got big boy at the back. Gonna come in cheap as hell, isn't he? 3-year deal, taken through no release free, just desperate for a home. He's probably snuggled up in some shop doorway under a newspaper each night. Jan Bearer. Get him in for like £10 a week, I expect. £10 a week and a packet of peanuts. That's what he's looking for. beyond, but he's got some pace, hasn't he? Look at his... Christ. He's been on botched, hasn't he? Look at his lips. Too much Botox, man. Right, I think that's where we're going to leave it now. I'm going to let you know what happens. Let's just go through and see if any of these come in. Forward time, why not? Excited about Gerson, well, and Yambera, because we'd be giving him a home. Be like charity, isn't it? I don't know who this is. I never know who that is. We haven't actually signed anyone, and they're just coming in and having a look round. So we got messages, and has anything happened? Oh, Gerson's declined. Yambera hasn't. Not exactly what I wanted, he said. Cheeky bastard. Oh, that was a left back we signed. That's who that was. But click on here to go to Yambera. No. Yambera. Let's see if we can get him cheaper. Gerson don't want to know. Such a shame. You'd have been well worth looking at. Renegotiate with Yambera. Cheaper still. Don't know whether it's going to be good or bad, do you? That's the problem there. It's just me signing it, yeah. Okay. I think that's it. I think that's as far as we're going to go today. Hopefully see you back soon. See what we can come up with. I'm disappointed about Gerson, I must admit, he would have been a good one. Save. See you later, dudes. Take care.